Hey everyone, so building and growing a sales agency, or really any agency for that matter, is really, really difficult. And the challenge really comes typically early on in the process of getting customers. You don't really have any sort of background in running your business. You're not really sure how to price your services, not really sure the process, to go out and get customers necessarily. So in this video, I want to walk you through basically getting your first customers, some different ideas on how you should charge, and then essentially getting to, by the end of your first year, to over $100,000 in revenue for yourself. So this is a really lucrative way to building your own sales agency. And if you kind of follow this process along with some other tips and videos that I'll be sharing here in the future, then you can definitely do this. So let's get started. First of all, my name is Patrick Spielman. I'm the founder of Upticks, and we help B2B sales teams launch outbound sales campaigns, pack their deal pipeline, and drive top-line revenue with our sales automation platform, Upticks. All right. So if you don't know, in the past, I used to own a sales agency. Ultimately, I shifted gears into software, and I had a lot of different things going on. I've also got another business. So I really wanted to focus more on our software business. But in doing that, I learned a lot of valuable lessons, and we grew our agency really, really fast, almost $1 million in revenue within about a year. And I want to share with you basically a process that you can use to start your agency, some maybe different pricing fundamentals, and how to price your services. So my goal here is to show you how you can get to $100,000 in income by the end of the first year. It's going to take a little bit of work, and you're going to have to go out on a little bit of a limb early on. So first of all, you're going to need to structure your services in the way I did it with my sales agency. We focused on higher ticket B2B. So we charged a retainer and then a fee for every time we booked a meeting for somebody, a qualified meeting with their prospect. If you're a traditional marketing agency, you may want to play around with these levers. And by the way, I'll leave a link to this spreadsheet down below so you can grab it, you can make a copy, and you can update these numbers. But in terms of how we did it, we charged a retainer plus booking fee. And again, if you're a traditional agency, you may want to play with some of these levers. But your first couple months when you're starting, you really, really want to just focus on one client. If I were to go back in time and start my agency over, I would have started a lot slower. And the reason for that is to build in structure and processes and, basically a task management system, how we're going to execute for clients long-term, a whole bunch of things. So you want to focus on just one customer, I suggest, in the first month. And you kind of want to then scale up accordingly quarter by quarter. As you can see, adding, basically one customer every single quarter. And you're probably wondering, how in the heck are we going to get to $100,000 by only adding one customer? You're going to charge a lot higher for your services than just some really cheap marketing service. You want to be more of a premium service. And there's a lot of advantages to that. I'm not going to go into all that in today's video. I want to focus more on the charging and how to grow it in the first 12 months. So focus on one customer, and particularly in your first couple months, what you want to do is you want to go out and find somebody, maybe through just your extended network, that is willing to allow you to build, a sales process and essentially do it for free. The pitch sort of sounds like, hey, I want to do this for free, but if I get you booked meetings, I want to charge you for the success. How does that sound? And long story short there, essentially, you're not going to charge them a retainer. You're only going to charge them for results. Basically, in a result for you, if you're running a sales agency doing either cold calling, cold email, LinkedIn prospecting, video prospecting, any of those, your results is going to be a booked meeting. After that, you can't really control how your client closes. So I would definitely charge based on book meeting. So you want to do that and just iron out your processes for the first couple months. So you're going to be doing some growth hacking, figuring out where their target market is and where their prospects are and how to generate meetings for them. So basically, the way I'm going to break this down, let's say you book 10 meetings for somebody in your first month and you charge $100 for a meeting. Since you're not working for any sort of, base pay or anything like that, you're only going to generate about $1,000 in the first couple months. You may book a few less meetings, in the first month. You might book a little bit more in the second as you start to understand where their prospects are. And what you can do is you could set some sort of upfront contract with this client in particular, that if after that first 2 months is up, if you've reached a certain, goal of some sort, that you then transition to a retainer plus a booked meeting fee. So you want to institute some sort of retainer and then lower your booked meeting fee. This is going to give you, obviously a little bit more peace of mind, but also still incentivize you to want to book meetings for your customer. So in this case, you're gonna be getting $1,500 a month. Let's say you continue to book 10 meetings a month for that client at $50 per meeting. You're going to generate $2,000 per month, and if you were to annualize it, that's going to be $24,000. So still, obviously, you're not getting rich off this or anything like that, but you're starting to generate a little bit more income, and this is just one customer. So once you've figured this out for the customer, you're obviously, if you've made them happy, you're going to be able to leverage them as a reference and probably a testimonial. And you're obviously going to switch over to a retainer model. From there, you can really go out and get another customer. And what I would suggest doing is actually increasing your retainer slightly for that next customer so that your average retainer, starts creeping up a little bit. You've got to anticipate, though, once you start that new customer that your time is going to be split. You still need to make sure that you're getting results for your early customers, and you need to start instituting some processes in order to get consistent results so that your customers don't fire you. But at some point, you're going to reach a little bit of a threshold in terms of the results that you can get for your customers. Hopefully, you can figure out some automated ways of getting meetings really, really easily, and you don't decrease your overall output for your customer. But I want to be a little bit conservative in my numbers. So for your two customers, let's say you get 15 total meetings a month at your average retainer of $1,750 plus your 15 meetings. Now you're looking at about $4,250 a month, which is over $50,000 per year. So you're starting to kind of see here as you're learning and you're growing, this is really, really starting to pay off. And you want to keep only a couple of customers, again, for a couple of months, because the problems that you're going to face, just like in the figuring things out for the first customer, you're going to have to institute some processes and some systems to help you be a little bit more efficient and lay the groundwork for when you add a couple more customers. So don't get too gung-ho. Don't go out and get more customers than you can handle. Really just focus on implementing systems that are going to help you maximize your time and efficiency and effectiveness for your clients here so that you can, in the long term, get really, really good results for your clients. Now, getting into Q3, you're going to add another client, and we're going to, obviously your average retainer is going to move up just a little bit. You're going to book more meetings. Obviously, you got your meeting booking fee, and now you're getting closer to almost 80,000. So again, the problems that you're going to face with having 3 clients versus 2 clients, you want to get more efficient with your time, implement more systems, all that kind of stuff to make sure you're getting consistent results for your clients. And then finally, by the end of the year, Q4, you could really, really maximize your potential. And I would actually suggest going out and getting a client maybe in like the $4,000 to $5,000 range and really bumping up your average ticket price. And maybe by this time, you're really starting to find the type of prospect and type of client that you can get really, really good results for. And then you want to go and basically clone one of your first 3 clients. Ideally, if you can focus on one niche for all of this and get really, really good results, that's even better because you can really, really be efficient with your time, and you can, copy and paste the same formula basically from one client to another. But if you're not able to do that, ideally by that 4th client, you've got at least 2 clients that essentially are almost the exact same. And you can really show them the results from the one client, and you can really bump up that retainer. So if you're getting into the $2,500 range for average retainer and you're booking 30 meetings per month, I got to update this here. You're getting over $100,000 per year. But just to be conservative, again, let's just say your average retainer is only $2,000 per month, and you're booking 30 meetings per month between all of your clients, and maybe even more. You're still hitting over $100,000 per year. Now, there's some things that you're going to need to institute. I'm not going to go over in this video. I'll go over some subsequent videos. You can check out some more of our content. But in order to get this kind of a retainer as a freelance lead generator, you're going to have a really good foundation and a really good infrastructure, and show them that you have a process that works really, really well and that you can get them results. So you're going to have to do a lot of things right to get these kind of numbers. But if you're doing a multi-channel approach, what I found with my agency is people really, really like multi-channel, and they want to deal with less people to deploy that multi-channel approach, with email, with LinkedIn, with cold calling, with video prospecting. If you can provide more value than them having to go out to 4 different people to do that kind of outbound prospecting, you're going to be able to command a higher retainer, and you can capitalize on that. So that's my tip for basically growing your sales agency from nothing all the way up to over 6 figures within a 12-month time frame. Really, really take this advice, because I learned a lot of hard lessons with growing my company way too fast. I know that sounds ridiculous, but we just grew too fast. And had we just slowed down a little bit and been a little bit more methodical, a lot of things would have changed. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you can grab this spreadsheet down below by clicking the link. Also, we'd love if you'd subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell so you get alerts every time we launch a new video. And if you got a lot of value, I'd love if you would check out Upticks, our sales automation platform that helps B2B teams and companies streamline and automate their sales process. And as an agency, it's a platform that you can leverage to help you automate and build your sales agency. So again, hope you found this one helpful, and we'll see you on the next video.